I've got some great fans out there. Some of them have been with me since I was podcasting my first novel, which is awesome. A lot, I'd say a good majority of the fans I picked up when Severed Press published Zburbia, which is kind of my satirical take on the zombie apocalypse, but in an HOA controlled subdivision. So lots of moments for humor in there, which was a lot of fun. Plus, but I have a horror aesthetic too, so I had plenty of gore. It was never light on the zombie horror and post apocalyptic nightmare. But I was able to balance the humor. And one great thing is, I have a couple characters in there. I would say almost half the characters I tend to split depending on what it is. But with Zburbia, half the main characters are women, as it should be, because that's how the world is made up. I don't know how many people out there live only amongst guys. If you do, work on that. But really, I think the vast majority of humanity interacts with the opposite gender all the time. All day long, every day. That's how this kind of works. And I don't understand the strong female character thing. That's the silliest thing in the entire world. You write characters because people are people, and so some female characters are strong, as some women are. Some male characters are strong, as some male characters are. Some are weak. You just write characters. They just have to be who they are. And as long as it fits for the story, and as long as it allows the reader to suspend their disbelief, you're doing your job. Anyone who gets upset, and I have had that criticism of, oh, you wrote this badass female character, it's just chick with a dick. That kind of thing, that is someone who will never be able to suspend their disbelief when they read a female character because of their own ignorance. You can't fix that. You just can't. There's nothing you can do about those readers, and don't try. But with Zburbia, I would say 80% of the emails and comments and reviews and feedback I got were from women. And it's funny because the post-apocalyptic genre is considered male-dominated. And I think people are completely 100% wrong on that. They're completely wrong. The vast majority of people I see comment on Walking Dead episodes are women. The vast majority of people I see bitching about Walking Dead episodes are men. They can't seem to handle something that doesn't fit in their very special box of post-apocalyptic. But my female readers, the women, can suspend their disbelief like crazy because, let's face it, the vast majority of women have to suspend their disbelief every day in real life. They do, because they're living an unreal experience, being a human being who somehow is considered secondary. How does that work? Especially when you're the dominant majority gender on the planet. How does that work? Also, I spent a lot of time in sales and marketing before I was a writer. Everyone in sales and marketing understands 80% of consumers are women. Women buy 80% of the goods in this country. That includes books. Books are goods. They do that. This is why the romance genre eclipses all other genres. And I'm not saying only women read romance, but it is definitely a more female-centric genre. It is fueled by, it is run by, it is written by, it is controlled by predominantly women. And it eclipses all other fiction genres combined. They are basically, you have romance, you have everything else. They're about equal, dollar-wise. I'm not, a closed-minded moron who's just going to be like, guy, so I'm only going to put my blinders on. I came at this as a business. I came at this so I understood I need to have realistic, not just strong female characters, but realistic female characters. I need to have a realistic world that includes everybody. for good or bad. That doesn't mean people don't get treated poorly. That doesn't mean there isn't some brutal sexism in my writing, because there are those characters out there. I reflect the world. So there's going to be some uncomfortable situations. There's going to be some things where I can see why someone would be mad at me for, propagating a conservative idea, when all I'm doing is reflecting incidents that I've witnessed, that I've seen, that women and people of color deal with daily. That's their life. And all I'm doing is just putting that in a scene, because that's conflict. Conflict is drama. Drama makes for great writing. So you do that. A lot of my women readers have thanked me for things like that. I get those kinds of comments all the time. And I've got some characters that I would like to revisit at some point if I could, because I know there's a readership out there. I mean, I know it. It's not that, I'm not listening to publishers saying that women don't read post-apocalyptic. They're not the big ones. It's like, no, women just aren't dicks about post-apocalyptic. It's really what it is. The majority of readers, I'm going to say, are women. Yeah. It's a genre. It's a genre that fits with a female aesthetic more than a male aesthetic, because really the men are one-dimensional in post-apocalyptic. You have so many, that are just, guns, kill, smash, drive, boom, 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 and that kind of thing. The women are the ones that have depth. The women are the ones who are keeping the family together, keeping this together. Also the guns and the smashing and the driving. They're doing everything. Whereas you have a lot of the male characters that aren't. And I've warped that into the satire of, really, you want to look at it, women run everything, keep it all going, as most of life is. And the men are bumbling through, or just focused on their laser focus one task that they're trying to do and all that. And it's fun kind of subverting that male trope, macho trope, without a lot of readers noticing, but the women notice. And that's what's a hell of a lot of fun. They totally get it, what I'm going for and what I'm trying to reflect, which is life, realistically in an unreal situation. So yeah, I mean, anyone who thinks their female readers don't matter as much as their male readers have no clue who's reading their books. None.